I don't usually post things like this. I'm a 44-year-old electrician from Farmington, New Mexico. I coach Little League on weekends, I drink black coffee, and I watch football. I am, by every definition, a normal guy. But 3 weeks ago, something happened out on Millers Creek Road that I haven't been able to sleep through since. And I need to write it down somewhere, because my wife thinks I'm losing my mind. And maybe someone out here has seen what I've seen. It started on a Tuesday night. I was driving back from a job site out near Aztec, about 40 miles outside of town. It was late, maybe 11:45 p.m. The road out there is straight and empty, just flat desert on both sides and a sky so wide it feels like it's pressing down on you. I'd driven that road maybe 1,000 times. That night, I noticed a light sitting low on the horizon, amber-colored, soft, almost like a lantern. I figured it was a ranch light, or maybe a truck pulled off the road. I didn't think much of it. Then it moved. Not fast, not like a shooting star. It drifted, smooth and deliberate, horizontally across the skyline. Then it stopped. Just stopped. Hung there in the dark like it was waiting. I slowed my truck down. I don't know why. Something in my chest told me to. The light pulsed once, twice, then split into 3 separate lights arranged in a perfect triangle. They rotated slowly, silently, and I could tell at that point that whatever this was, it was big. The lights were spread too far apart to be a drone, too low and too slow to be a plane. I pulled over, killed my headlights, and that's when my radio cut out. Every station, static, then silence. Then, I swear to God, a low hum that I didn't just hear, I felt it in my teeth, in my chest, like standing next to a massive generator. I should have driven away. I know that now. Instead, I got out of the truck. The desert air was warm. There was no wind, which is unusual for that stretch. The grass along the roadside wasn't moving. Nothing was moving. Even the cicadas had gone quiet. And if you've ever been to New Mexico in summer, you know the cicadas never stop. The triangular light formation was maybe a quarter mile out over the scrubland, close enough that I could see, or thought I could see, a shape behind the lights. Something dark and massive. A silhouette that didn't have clean edges. Like the sky itself had a bruise. Then, my phone buzzed.
I looked down. It was a voicemail notification from my own number. I want you to understand, I had not called myself. My phone had been in my cup holder since I left the job site. I stood there in the dark, on the side of that empty road, and I pressed play. The voicemail was 31 seconds long. For the first 20 seconds, it was just that hum, that same low, chest-rattling frequency. Then, in the last 11 seconds, there was a voice. It was my voice. It said, "Don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. It already knows your face." I looked up. The 3 lights were gone. The sky was empty and still. And standing at the edge of the road, maybe 40 feet in front of my truck, was a figure. Tall, too tall, thin in a way that my brain refused to process it, like looking at something that broke a rule you didn't know existed. It had no features I could make out, no face, no movement. It just stood there, slightly tilted, the way a person might stand if they'd never learned how to balance right. I don't remember getting back in my truck. I don't remember starting the engine. My next clear memory is being parked in my own driveway with the porch light on, and my wife knocking on the driver's window, asking why I was just sitting there at 2 a.m. The drive home from Millers Creek takes 40 minutes. I left the job site at 11:30 p.m. It was 2 a.m. when I got home. I have no memory of an hour and 15 minutes. Here's what I found the next morning. My boots, the ones I'd been wearing, were gone. Not in the truck, not by the front door, just gone. And on the sole of my left sock, there was a symbol I didn't recognize, not written in anything I could identify, almost burned in, shallow and precise, like a brand. I photographed it. I've shown it to 3 people. The first 2 told me it looked like no alphabet they'd ever seen. The third person, an old man at a diner outside of Aztec who I stopped to show on a whim, looked at it for a long time without saying anything. Then he looked up at me, and he said, "They marked the ones they're coming back for." He left cash on the table and walked out before I could ask him anything else. I went back the next day to find him. The waitress told me they'd never had a regular matching that description, said no old man had been in that diner in weeks. I still have the photograph of the symbol. I still haven't slept through a full night, and every Tuesday, without fail, I wake up at exactly 11:47 p.m. For no reason I can explain. Just awake, staring at the ceiling, waiting for something I can't name.